Let's bring you the latest results. This is a big one. Associated Press has called North Carolina the swing state for Republican Donald Trump. 16 electoral votes. AP projecting he had about 50.8% of the vote. Doug, this was a big state. Kamala Harris's paths to victory looking increasingly narrow.
Yeah, when we keep talking about the magic number again, 270, and the so-called multiple paths to victory, well, those multiple paths become slightly less multiple, because if she is unable to win even one of those Sunbelt states, and look, we're still waiting on Georgia, obviously, and Arizona, Nevada out west also are still technically up for grabs, even though Arizona is leading very heavily Donald Trump. The problem is now the pressure is on for her to sweep the so-called blue wall that we were just talking about, the Rust Belt. And whereas coming into this night, perhaps there was a high level of optimism, confidence in this campaign. We even saw that confidence rising in the past few days in Kamala Harris's camp, in the Democratic camp. At this hour, what makes that optimism, what makes it a little more difficult, perhaps, to maintain that enthusiasm, and I'll note that Harris's campaign manager has basically told her staff, go home for the night, this is not over, we have a lot more work to do, these states are not going to be called till early morning U.S. time, so basically she's trying to take a step back, and she's essentially giving the campaign manager equivalent of take a deep breath. That said, you have the biggest cities in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you have Detroit, Michigan, and you have Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, right? So you go to the bulwark cities, the big ones in each of these swing states, and what we're seeing right now in the numbers is that, Kamala Harris may be doing as, performing well by contrast with Donald Trump, but the problem is it's all about margins, and she's not, according to some of the strategists, meeting Joe Biden's numbers from 2020. She needed to either match Joe Biden's numbers in those big blue globs, those urban conglomerations, the Milwaukees, the Detroits, the Philadelphias, or she needed to do better. The fact she's not doing better, does that mean she can't still win? Like I said, these are still toss-up states. They're not being called. They are likely not to be called until into the late morning or early afternoon, even tomorrow, our time, morning U.S. time, but that said, it becomes that much more difficult with all of these things, all of these cases. Once you get into the realm where you're looking at the margins and you're seeing that compared to Biden, she's not performing as well as she did 4 years ago, you're going to have to make it up somewhere else. It's just pure mathematics.
Associated Press.
They're toss-ups, but they're not maybe toss-ups as they were coming into this evening.
Associated Press calling Oregon for Kamala Harris, Democratic nominee, picking up another 8 electoral votes. That one, though, again, no surprise, as Doug was saying, we're still waiting to see some of these larger swing states. Sean, when you're seeing how this is shaking out,